Teresa Phelps Martin, doing Yoga Soul Flow here in the Soulfully You group. I'm showing up live on this day that is full of fire, very adaptable, ready to get moving fire, and more steady and stubborn and abundant oriented energy of earth. And that means, but we're also in the energy of a waning moon. So just a cycle that's closing out in order for new things to begin. So if you think about like my meditation before dropping in to hit live was, how can you connect to the steady presence within the heart to envision the life you've dreamed of? So some of the things that we want to consider today while we move is dreaming, expanding that dream, trusting in the vision, believing it, having the faith that it will manifest, and having the boundaries around it. So it's like if you've done any kind of coaching work, I'm not a SMART goal coach, but there's the idea of being, you want to be sensible, you want to be realistic, you want to achievable. All these things are very much the energy today. So we will move, we will clear, because when we're in a waning phase of what's influencing us, we want to also know we have to let go of our expectation and our attachment to what we thought what was going to be, so we can allow the magnification of our truth to come forward. Let's do it. I don't really want to spend a lot of time talking. I want to drop in. As I'm recording this live, we have this energy of abundance today. Anyway, because I'm recording this on a Thursday, which is Jupiter Day. And when we think of abundance, we don't want to think of abundance of inflammation or our waistline or a headache or the spread of a global pandemic. We want to think of the expansion and the abundance of remembrance, that by letting go, we allow more to bloom, more to come alive, more to flourish. So let's do it. We are going to, if we have earth and fire energy, we're going to work with the physicality of the body. We're going to work with twists, lots of hips. Like, we're going to get into the hips. I say that, but sometimes I don't like to say what we're going to do because I change my mind, because I have a lot. That's the adaptability. So I hope you can be adaptable, that you're interested in moving, you're interested in stoking that fire, the container that you can be steady within and allow that flavor of your dreams, because at the energy, there's also this water element energy today that we're talking to the like big blue skies. We're talking to the idea of, if we're going to envision, that we envision something big and grand, right? Like, we don't get caught up in how we're going to do it all. We just allow it to happen. We put forward the energy, we claim it. So let's claim it on our mats. We're going to start standing on our 2 feet. So with fire, it doesn't mean we're going to move fast, because we're grounded in the quality of earth. So foundational, the foundation that our heart holds an eternal flame, that our soul sits buried in the soil of ourselves, and that we can actually find that we deserve a grand, beautiful life. Everybody does. So come standing, find your feet, feel connected to the earth, and as you're connected to the earth, call upon the highest. Go ahead and stretch your arms high as the feet are grounded and the hands are lifted. Big, full, gracious breath in. Let the arms go wide on the horizon so you can feel the bigger, expansive view, and then draw it right into your own heart. Hands Anjali Mudra, connecting to your breath. If you can breathe more into the back bottom part of the rib cage today, we're going to really focus on this upper low belly and the hips. in charge of you. You get to choose. Life is all about choosing mindfully, choosing with consciousness. And sometimes even we're conscious and intentional and our unconscious has an influence, so we honor what is unseen, including our highest self. Honor your own intention, your own purpose and reason for showing up. Call on the dream of your future self, believing in that opportunity and that potentiality. And working with the ingredients of you as you're here on your mat. From your heart center, inhale the arms up overhead. Find length through the spine. We're going to exhale over to the left. Inhale, rise up through the center, shoulders draw in, lift up, reach over to the right. Just finding that midline, inhaling all the way back through the center. Connect to the space above the head and connect to the space below your feet and feel the midpoint of your own heart here. Big, gracious breath in. Envision your practice, envision this time, envision the health of your being, and then exhale, hinge the hips all the way down to the earth. If you haven't opened your eyes, you can open them now, looking to the ground. Inhale, find length, lift through the core, exhale, bow. Step back with the left foot, get strong through the legs, inhale, find length through the spine. Move it all the way back, downward dog. Strong through the arms, strong through the legs, and obviously strong through the core. Inhale, come forward into a plank pose. Knees, chin, chest to get started. Feet point back. Shoulders roll back. Hands go wide. Inhale, gecko cobra. Exhale, bow down. Hands under your shoulders. Lift up and back. Child's pose. So just really working with all the parts of the being. Inhale, come up onto your hands and knees. Exhale, round the back. Chin to your chest. Inhale, open the heart, toes tuck, downward dog. Feel the clear core connection. Walk step by step all the way to the front. Both feet beneath you and bow. Might as well salute the light through a traditional basic sun salutation. Exhale, bow. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Arms rise up high. Find length. Exhale over to the right. Inhale through the midline, exhale to the left. Inhale, coming back through, hands come to your heart. Full breath in. And then exhale, hinge the hips all the way down to the earth. Inhale, find length. Exhale, bow. So feel the ground, the material world you're working with, your body. Right foot goes back. Strong through the legs, lifted through the core, open through the heart, long through the spine. Exhale back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Knees, chin, chest. Feet point back, hands go wide. Elbows rise. Inhale, gecko cobra. Exhale, bow down. Hands under the shoulders. You're going to push up and back, child's pose. So we're still slow and steady, but we're creating that tapas. We're creating that disciplined fuel to move forward. To open up, inhale, and then exhale. Cat stretch. Inhale, nice cow stretch, toes tuck, move back, downward dog. And then walking forward. Feeling the rhythm of your breath, obviously. I focus on elements and their modalities of those elements. Exhale, bow. Inhale, rise all the way up. Arms sweep up. But all elements are always present. Inhale, lift up and over to the right. Exhale to the midline. Inhale, find length. Exhale, back to the midline. Inhale, open the heart. Hinge at the hips all the way down to the earth. Inhale, spine grows long, so waist is pulling up, outer hips. You have a more realistic view of what your body's going to offer spacious breath in. Exhale the hand to the earth. Bend the back knee, straighten the front leg. I know this is a little awkward, but we want to get really grounded through that front leg. Draw into the core, lunge back in, find length, hands sweep up. So just stoking that fire. Lunge a little deeper, open through the heart. You're still horizontal with the ground. Then exhale, hands to the earth. Downward dog, find that center, your shoulders, your hips. Inhale, plank. Do you see that we're repeating? Hands go wide, elbows lift. Because each time, right, we have that vision for yoga, we can adapt with it. Rise up and back, child's pose. Connecting with the warmth. Inhale into a table. Exhale, round the back. I know some people inhale, rounding the back. I am not a fan of it. Open the heart. Tuck the toes. Downward dog. Walking your feet forward. All the way forward. Bow into the earth. Inhale, find length. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up standing. Arms go high. Exhale to the left. Inhale, rise up through the center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, coming back through the center, shoulders to the back. Strong and centered to that midline, steady in your awareness within yourself. Hinge the hips, bowing to the earth. Inhale, find length, knees bend, right foot goes back. Finding that steadiness in your lunge, lean in to the right, but keep the shoulders to the back, core engaged. Inhale the arm up overhead. And then exhale, hand to the earth, bend the back knee. So that's gonna help the thigh bone go back, and it's gonna help us ground through the left leg. This is also really good if you've been digging in the dirt. Envisioning a bountiful garden. I'll tell you right now, this time of year is just green everywhere. It's so amazing. It's springtime. It's in the steadiness of it. Exhale, lunge forward. Feel the lift into the core, strong to your center, hands up by your sides. So pull the belly up off the legs the best you can. Pull into that midline, but you're still on that horizon. Hips are really hugging in. And then exhale, hands to the earth. Downward dog, just grounding into our legs, into our center. Inhale, plank. Knees, chin, chest, all the way to the earth. Hands go wide, right? Our fourth gecko cobra. Draw into the core. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bow. Hands under the shoulders. Pull up and back, child's pose. A deep clearing breath into the back body. Inhale, table. Exhale into that cat. Inhale, open the heart. Move it back. Downward dog. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. Walk your feet forward and fold over. Bow into the earth. Inhale, find length. Exhale, bow a little deeper. And then inhale, rise all the way up standing. Arms sweep overhead. Exhale to the right. Inhale up through the center line. Exhale over to the left. Feeling the adaptability, but we're still steady with the engagement. Inhale, open the heart. Hinge at the hips all the way to the earth. Inhale, find length. Step back, plank pose. You could, I'm not a jumper into plank pose fan. You could glide into chaturanga if that works for you. But here we go, chaturanga. Exhale, elbows bend. Oh, my shoulders are like, no way. Inhale, upward dog. So I'm doing this and my whole body's like, we are not doing chaturanga, up dog, down dog today. So you listen to you. So that's part of the dream, right? It's like you take a step and then you stay the core course, but you realign. That's the energy of this fire and earth. We know where we're going. We hold a big vision. 3 more breaths here. We can evaluate what's working, what's not working, but we don't kill the dream. We just adjust. We accommodate the desire of the heart. Lift the heels, bend the knees. Walk forward on your mat. Bow all the way to the earth. Inhale, finally. Exhale, bow. Ground into the earth. Inhale, come all the way up standing. Hands to your heart. So just through the 5 salutations, we honor that transformational light within. We don't want to be so stubborn in our beliefs that we cannot allow room for other people to hold their truths. Because by denying others their truth, we stay overly attached to our own and separate ourselves from not only our own potential, but being in a relationship of the highest good to all those concerned. You're going to let your hands relax, open the eyes. I forgot to tell you, but we're going to go to the wall, okay? And in going to the wall, we're going to actually just kick up into handstand. I think you'll be able to see me, and if not, you can't see me completely anyway. If not, just be aware. If you're not a handstand kind of girl or guy at home, you can always work downward dog. What you want to do is bring your hips to the wall, stretch your legs out. I'm going to give you this option. Actually, let's just all do this option together first. Come onto your hands and knees. Draw the shoulders into the back, lift into the core, and then connect to the steady presence, the dream of your own heart and soul, and soften into it, right? That's the allowing. Draw in and lift up and back, downward dog. Right foot's going to come to the wall, and all you're going to do is push the right foot into the wall and check, right? I didn't do the mark my heels, yada, yada, yada. But I can feel it in my body because that's what practice does. So here you are, right foot's at the wall, as high as your hip, not any higher, okay? You want to feel that connection, knees bend, hips are stretching back. Bring your shoulders over your wrists, I'm still too far. Lift up, right foot's gonna come down. Keep the left foot at the wall, draw into the belly, inhale, lift up, L-shaped pose. Left foot comes down. Ground into the left heel, draw into the core, shoulders over to your wrists, left foot lifts, right foot comes down. And just feeling this trust that you're building into the vision of doing handstand. And moving through each side. So you're alternating. I'm not making you stay there for a long time, but you are connecting. Go to each side. One last time. And then once you've brought both feet back to the earth, walk your hands back and find the forward bend. Palms can turn up, so bend your knees as much as you need to. Palms turn up so you can clear the energy of the hands, neck, and shoulder. Bend the knees, roll the spine up, vertebrae by vertebrae. You can stay with that, alternating feet. Or you're going to turn around. Note, I have not kicked up into handstand in quite some time. But I'm feeling like it's really important to be doing so. I don't hold the vision middle of the room. But coming back to a practice that's really good to get upside down sounds good to me right now. So you're gonna find your way. Maybe you're just coming here. Seeing yourself kicking up into the wall, you're gonna work on coming into that L shape here, right? So the left leg's parallel. Draw the thigh bones back, pull into your core, and stay open through the heart. 5 breaths. And then you'll come back down, downward dog. And then we'll do it on the other side. I will say handstands like riding a bike, right? You kind of, once you start doing it, you always remember how to do it. You just don't always have the strength. So the other leg, probably you're doing your other side, not going to be as graceful. Connect to it, shoulders come forward, and it's just a little hop, right? Holy cow. Isn't it crazy how different your two sides feel? So finding your breath and finding the connection. I could not hold that one. So here we go. If you lose it, you just try again. It's helpful to laugh. I so don't have the strength on this side. It's wild. So I'm gonna honor. I think I'm gonna have to work on that, right? So it's not so much shattering the dream, but it's making note. It's time for me to come back to working handstand, trying to keep my right leg parallel, my left leg up. It's actually the insight I gained in the vulnerability is at the point in which I'm feeling very vulnerable in my core from multiple surgeries and traumas and in pregnancy. I'm feeling the ability to strengthen it by doing that handstand. So I'll go back to doing the L pose, but I'll refine it. And I'm just gonna share the refinement here. As I'll give myself permission to come back to hands and knees. Feel free to do it, so know which side you're more vulnerable with. Okay, so I'm gonna take my left foot up, come up, right leg up here, right? And then I'll switch here. And I'll feel where I feel stronger in this offering. And I'll work it at the wall in that way. Okay, I'm just sharing with you a little transparency of how to work with the energy, with where you are. Come back to the middle. Stand on your 2 feet, the top edge of your mat. And as you stand at the top edge, weight goes into the left foot, draw into the core, right foot to your upper inner thigh, pull into the center, hands to your heart. I just love doing tree pose after handstand. It re-centers us. It helps us find our center. And our steadiness. For some of us, just seeing ourselves being able to be steady with tree pose is enough. I love that I'm teaching with the energy of fire and earth. Exhale the right foot down. I'm just very traditional on me, switch sides. Oh boy. Now I know why I haven't been doing tree pose. It's too much in my hip. Okay. As I'm standing steady in that fire, holding the vision, it's windy and rainy outside, right? So we have the other elements for us. Find the steady presence of your own center and how you can be expansive and contracted at the same moment. Exhale out completely. Both feet to the earth. Come back to your vision. Both feet on the ground. Reorienting to the fire of your own heart, your own essence. Believing in yourself. Envisioning that dream that's full of hope, love, and faith. From the heart center, inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge the hips. Huddle pose. Utkatasana prep, if you will. So feet are grounded, hugging to the midline, drawn to the core. Shoulders into the back body. And then you're going to heel toe the feet apart and come all the way into a squat. Balasana. Full breath in and a full breath out. We're going to reach our hands back, come seated. Right foot goes long, left ankle comes across, bend the knee. Right, so just a seated hip opener. Hips are grounded, draw into the core, lengthen the spine. Enjoying the breath, the vitality of your center, the fact that your muscles will hold you up to find length. And then exhale, stretch the right leg long. You're gonna find your left knee bent and your left hand reaching for your right foot. I don't usually do binds, but I feel like doing it right now. So you're gonna draw into the belly. I'm not gonna have access to it. You're gonna wrap your left arm around your left leg. Lift up through the heart and open. The reason why I'm not a fan of binds is my spine is really short compared to my limbs. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. It's just a variation of a twist. Then you're gonna bring that left leg all, it's not to ride the wave, like and try to keep going for more adrenaline, more adrenaline, more adrenaline. Yoga helps us be adaptable to the peaks and valleys, to realize when we've been inverted and the heart's elevated, to when we settle, ground, and recenter, so that we can find this path in our life. You're going to take the top left leg, bring the leg back, so you come into this old school stretch, if you can. So your left leg's internally rotated, you're drawing into the belly. We're going to bow forward so that the right arm comes in to the inside of your right leg. If you can't find access there, you'll bring it here. You're going to take your right arm through and under, and then your left arm over. It's just a way to play with the revolved head to knee pose. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. Using the core, finding the extension, opening through the heart. And then as you exhale, push the left hand down in front of you. You're going to bend the right knee, lean forward, walk the left leg back, coming into pigeon pose. So feeling the volume of pigeon. So hips are high, drawing into the core, finding the length. You're going to feel the connection to that center, rising up, holding in steady, hands clasped behind you, or the hands can come back behind the head. Do the one that's going to serve you, support you, and sustain your vision, because we're just grounding back down to realign, to stay the course, to open back up. And then exhale, hands to the earth. Regroup the pelvis to the midline. The knee's gonna lift. So what's the vision? We're going into plank pose. From plank pose, right? My body said no chaturanga, up dog, down dog. You might be all aboard. I'm gonna knee it, come into cobra, the heart, still feeling clear and connected to the vision of my heart without manipulating what isn't ready to be opened. And then rise up and back. Downward dog. Full gracious breath in. And a full gracious breath out. Slowly walk the feet forward. Uttanasana. Ground into the earth, heels grounded, balls of the feet grounded. Honoring the journey you've been on, so we can begin again. Inhale, rise all the way up. Come standing. Weight goes to the right foot first. Inhale the left foot up. So it can come to the calf or the ankle. You can always find a wall as well. Hands to the heart center. Your balance is probably different now. So recognizing it rather than forcing it into an expression, allow an alignment with your body. So in that receptivity, there's greater trust in the direction that you're going. You're more united physically, mentally, spiritually, and soulfully. And you're going to release. Left foot comes down. Right foot's going to rise up. Foot comes to the upper inner thigh. Maintaining the connection. Hands to heart center. Right? Enjoying the duality and adapting with it without losing sight of what matters. Because you're going to lose your center. You're going to come undone. Right? But we don't want to be so stubborn we can't find our way. And we don't want to be moving so fast and so quickly and skirting around and being the life of every party that we forget to live and enjoy and savor. Exhale both feet to the earth. From the heart center, inhale the arms up. We're going to go back into that fierce pose, that Utkatasana prep. So draw into the core, find that center line, bend the knees, hips pull back, elbows to the thighs. And from that Utkatasana, we're going to come all the way into Malasana. So you're going to step your feet as wide as you need to. Heels are grounded. So the wider your feet go, the more access you have to getting to the earth. Do not try to look like me. Be you. Be your real self. That's all I'm doing. And then come all the way seated. Left foot goes long. Right ankle comes across. Pull into the center. Left knee bends. So I'm on the ridges because it just works better for me. Elbows bend, so we're not dropped down and collapse. The pubic bone is tilting forward, the shoulders are drawing in, the heart is lifting. So there's a freedom, there's a lightness in the head. So that's where we gain the clarity to see where we're going. To see the possibility and the potentiality. Remember I said hips and twists, so we're doing it. But earth energy usually calls us to the ground. So I don't feel like doing a whole bunch of standing poses. And that's because of the waning moon, just so you know. Left leg goes forward, right leg's gonna come all the way across, find the length, and then bow. We're doing a lot of grounding from the back waistline to the foot. Right? We felt the fire initiating the season of spring. And now we're helping to sustain it. We don't want to just dream our whole life away that we forget to live. right? We don't want to just always be eternally curious about everything that's outside of ourselves, that we never sit and drink from the nectar of our own soul, of our own essence. As you exhale, exhale out completely, find length. Inhale, rise up. So now we're going to flip it. We're going to bring that right leg back behind us. Okay, so in that internal rotation, I could have said this on the other side. If this internal rotation of the leg is too much on the knees, because you're more of an external rotator, then realize that you can always bring the foot to the inner thigh. Just whatever you do. It's interesting because hatha means to strike. I always think of Madonna, strike a pose. And it's not so much to force. We're not here in this yoga soul style of practicing to force ourselves into anything. Because what happens when you force yourself into something else, you lose the connection to your truth, right? So it's like the dance between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset, if you will. You want to stay fixed in your ability to stay true to you, yet adaptable to what's being asked of you, right? It does not mean that you undermine your truth, although we might get pushed out of our comfort zone from time to time. So you're going to lean forward, perhaps the left elbow's on the left leg. Check in. You won't know unless you try it. That's the other thing. You will not know if you're an internal rotator or an external rotator unless you try it out. You won't know if you're introverted or extroverted unless somebody presents the options to you. And I find it really interesting because I am very introverted, but ask anybody and I can talk to anyone. But I restore alone. That's the thing. I have a lot of people in my life that restore with a lot of other people. Draw into the core, elbow comes down. So if you're clear, getting all the way down, your hand slides under. You reach, oh, I forgot something, didn't I? Because I don't like it. I'll come back to it. You reach the left hand through, draw in, stretch the arm up, and open. Big breath in. And a big breath out. It's so funny I left the bind out. Part of it is because I never do them, and also because they don't feel good to me at all. They just feel incredibly awkward and serve no purpose for me, but the purpose is to help serve you. Exhale out completely. Right hand comes down. Pull into the belly. Inhale, coming all the way up. So that right foot comes forward. Plug the thigh bone in. So right foot comes forward. You're going to lean forward here. Now we'll just see how it works. I am holding my ankle, grounding it so I can lean forward. Hand reaches back. Other hand reaches around. Isn't it funny? This side's way more doable. And enjoying the breath. Big inhale in. Gracious breath out. It's all good, right? And then inhale, come back through the center. You're gonna bend that left knee in, right leg goes back, and we shift into pigeon. So you lean forward, back knee comes down, and we're not in this plopped down pigeon. There's volume, there's strength. Pull the legs towards each other, find the length, and as you find the length, shoulders are going to draw into the back. Feel the expression that supports you, perhaps clasping the hands, maybe not. Feeling how connected you are to your own breath, to your own experience of you. There's effort, but there's an ease in the effort. There's a level of comfort. You know you're working, you know you're engaged. You can feel the heat from the engagement. But you're happy.
There's a sense of connecting to your vision again. So you can envision yourself finding your way through the journey of life, navigating the highs and the lows, and coming back to, again and again, the clear blue sky. Draw into the belly, hands come to the earth, tuck the back toes, knee lifts, plug in, draw into the core, straight to pigeon, knees high or low, chaturanga or not me, all the way to the earth, shoulders to the back. Inhale, opening up into that heart opener that is yours. And then moving back, downward dog. Now I want to say one thing. Teachers are always guiding us, right? Do our feet come in closer? Do our feet go further apart? How do we turn our hands? These are all suggestions. You have authority. You have jurisdiction over your inner world. Because somebody told you not to do something is usually a guiding point based on the energy they're seeing. However, they too have their own energy, so you want to listen to yours. That's why trust is so important. Lift your heels, bend your knees, walk your feet forward. Both feet come to the ground and bow. Inhale, find length. Exhale, fold. Ground the feet into the earth. Inhale, come all the way up standing. Arms sweep up high. Big, full breath in. Exhale, the hands to the earth. Sorry, to your heart. Your heart is the earth. Ground from your heart into the ground. Feel the breath of you. Can you guys hear that poorly played flute or recorder in the background? It's kind of funny. I'm going to use, again, if you can hear it, we can all probably envision a time. We can remember a time where we had to listen to something being played out of tune. Your body's the same way, such the same way. Okay, knees bend, hands to your hips. Draw into the core, pull into that center. You're just going to glide the left foot back. So here we are, warrior one. Pull into that connection of you. Pull in, lunge forward, anchor. You're going to stretch the arms forward. Right elbow underneath the left. Eagle arms. Find the connection, find the strength. Lift through the roof of the mouth. Big deep breath in and a big deep breath out. And then we're going to step it forward. Cross the left leg over top of the right. Feeling the connection into your eagle pose. And then from eagle pose, you're going to inhale the left knee up into Vrikshasana. Feeling the connection to your tree pose. Inhale the arms overhead. Left foot grounds, both feet are on the earth. Find that center line again. Redistribute the energy of you. Bend the knees. Glide the right foot back. Root the heel into the earth. Lunging forward. Finding the connection. Hugging the hips in. Drawing the core in. Feeling the length. Arms come forward. Left elbow under the right. Sweep the waistline back. Lunging in, so you're pulling that right inner thigh up and in, drawing the left waistline back, drawing the left rib cage back, drawing the left outer hip back. Lifting through the roof of the mouth. Right? Do you guys guys feel the steady heat? Shift the weight forward, right leg comes up, wraps up and over. Eagle pose, some people call it evil pose. So steady. And then inhale, rise up. Vrikshasana, tree, third one. Hold the vision that you can stand tall in your own truth, that you can have faith, that the clear blue skies are always awaiting you, that the light within is the light that you see around you, guiding you forward. Let your future self sing sweetly, animating your moments right here and right now. And your past self is whispering the wisdom to you of what you can let go of and set yourself free of. So you can restore and reimagine and realign and return. Both feet to the earth. Stand into the ground. A full steady connection. An openness in the heart. Feeling empowered in your own presence because you feel the strength. You feel the fertile ground in which you're building upon. The seeds in which you are envisioning to plant and allow to fertilize with your breath, your choices, your movements. From your heart center, offer the hands up to the heavens above. Open the eyes, looking to the skies, seeing your dreams come true, and exhale, bringing that truth all the way down to the earth, bowing in. So we're going to go for a standing forward bend. Adjust your feet, pull into the waistline. The weight tends to lean into the heels, which is going to pull into your hamstrings. We're going to tilt forward, draw in, shoulders to the back, right? Find the length through the back of the neck, and then feel the expression of your arms that is most in service to you. Inhale, find length. We're going to come all the way seated, all the way to the ground. So just bring yourself all the way down. Knees into your chest, slight sweet hug. Both feet to the ground. I feel the need for a twist after that forward bend. Find the twist of your choice. Yes, my hip is still a wonky mess. Inhale, come through the center, and then over to the other side. You have the choice of bridge pose, wheel pose, bridge pose to the earth, or plow pose, shoulder stand, plow pose, back to the earth. They are very different, so it's based on your needs, okay? My needs are full on plow, shoulder stand plow. And believe it or not, I've had so many different people tell me not to do shoulder stand for my neck. It's actually one of the only things that clears my neck and my back. Okay, so the only way you know is through trial and error. So it means you're going to do things and you mess up, but you're also going to do things where you reawaken. So here we go. So you can go bridge pose. You can just do bridge. You can do a one-legged bridge. You can do bridge, wheel, bridge, or join me with plow pose, shoulder stand, plow pose. You've got a plow to shoulder stand to plow. You'll lower all the way down. If you did bridge, wheel, bridge, you're gonna come down vertebrae by vertebrae. Feet come to the earth. You might need another twist if you did more of a back bend sequence versus a forward bending sequence. Come to the earth, stretch your arms out long. Your choice, feet together, knees wide, or knees together, feet wide. Come to the ground, head heavy, shoulders drawing in, jaw relaxed. Soften the forehead. I want you to breathe so deep you can sense your pelvic floor. I know that sounds a little bizarre or awkward, but everybody has one. It's a really important part of our existence. And when you inhale, your diaphragm goes down, your pelvic floor goes down. I think they move in the same direction as the diaphragm. When you exhale, diaphragm goes up, pelvic floor goes up. Feel the breath stoking the fire. It's steady presence, it's steady offering to bring forward the experience of your life. So when we envision it and we participate with it, we receive the opportunity of our truth in such profound ways. And we have the capacity to host the different visitors, the different emotions, the crisis, the trauma, and the sweet, delightful joy, the abundance. That we don't try to be overly steady, but rather, really the enlightenment, in my opinion, is knowing how to stand in your light, in the peaks, in the valleys, to navigate the terrain of your life with a connection to the divine spark within you and that which enlivens the world around you. And you can keep your legs as they are, or stretch the legs out long. Feeling a greater connection to your truth, to your own abundance, your own dreams, your future. That is wide and bright and fun. as you are, enjoy a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And just as you are, awakening to the brilliance of you. Just as you are, feeling more deeply anchored in the vision of your own heart, while being able to release the attachment to the expectations of how it's supposed to unfold. As you breathe, stretch into your hands, into your feet. Bend the knees, find both feet on the ground and connected to your core. We'll roll to one side and slowly come up into a comfortable seat. And in the comfort of your seat, thanking all the energy that continues to guide you, wherever you source it from. Whatever energy just enters your awareness, if it's of the highest good, you'll know. My hope is that you can continue to feel connected to all that is unseen and lean back into the arms, into the great trust of the universe, that it chose you, that you were chosen to embody at this moment in this lifetime, and that your gift of presence does more than you will ever know when you become present with your own self. And you give yourself the room to envision the life that you've always dreamed of, that you've always known, buried deep within the treasures of your own heart come forward. And to that great light that calls each of us forward, we acknowledge it within ourselves and within each other as we say hello. We give salutations to what is yet to be, because we can be real with ourselves. Namaste. So I'm going to sign off. There's just a sweetness in the practice, a steadiness. And in that sweetness, in that steadiness, there's an invitation for you to continue on the unfolding of what vision you hold for yourself, for your life. Whether you have 3 months to go, whether you have 30 years to go, whatever, maybe it's 300, who knows? But you really give yourself room to pause, celebrate, to embrace, to move, and that you can be moved by that energy that comes through, that transference of a connection to that greater source. So thank you. I will be back with more, because I always have more. And in that more-ness, may you feel just the gratitude of the practice and the traditions that continue to come through. So thank you guys. Thank you all for those of you who were here. Have a lovely day, and all of my people who know Derby, have fun. Enjoy the great celebration that is a tradition in our town. Ciao.